A defensive midfielder who hides behind the opponent is useless. Today we stop hiding. We're going to show you the cover shadow, how to get out, receive between the lines. I'm Coach Gotti. Let's get into it. The 3x3 triangles is a good warm-up exercise to get into tiki-taka because it is fast and easy to recover from mistakes and adapt. The issue is that there is no direct pass between corner players 1, 6, and 5. Those have to go through an intermediary along the tiki-taka. So, we manipulate space, we dilate the shape. The triangle expands into hexagon. Suddenly, those impossible lanes connect. We've created a space to break the line. Now, the 6+1 rondo, we put a pivot into the center, lucky number 7. The job is to complete the internal triangles, while the edges hold the hexagon. The pivot must float between the lanes, never blocking them. One-touch triangulation, keep it flowing. The shadow, the signs of time and space. Add a defender. Their weapon is the cover shadow rule of proximity. If the defender presses tight, the shadow behind them expands. It gets massive. If the pivots stand still, they disappear. You must slide laterally to find the window of light. Wanna be next level? Exchange the middle pivot by rotating the players in the hexagon. Add pressure up to 3 defenders. If you lose it, you chase it. The defending mannequin creates a cover shadow. The pivot number 1 must slide out of that shadow. Number 2 needs an option. As number 2 receives and turns, the job of the pivot is to create that passing lane by dropping towards their own side. Receive, turn, and score. Here is a variation. We give the pivot a different angle to escape that defensive shadow. Number 2 receives, turns, and splits the players' mannequins with the pass. The pivot receives, turns, and finishes. In this variation, the pivot, number 3, receives from a link player, number 1, to connect the indirect pass. The key is the double movement. Commit to one side of the shadow, then check back sharply to the opposite side to receive. In this variation, the pivot uses 2 link players, number 1 and 4, to change the sequence. The double movement deceives the defense, but reads the game. Sometimes, the link is the superior option. Pay attention, the 4th player overlaps past the defenders to become a second outlet or linker. The pivot receives, looks, and finishes. The breakout. The setup, 7v3. The yellow zone we will call the hole. We have 3 players in the low zone, building up, and 4 in the high zone. The mission, break the press and find a free player in the middle. If you find him, he turns and attacks the mini-goals. The synchronization is the key. Watch players 5 and 4. They are the pistons of this engine. The restriction, they must be synchronized. If 5 drops into the hole to receive, 4 must stay high. They cannot both be deep. One drops, one stretches. This movement creates the triangles we need to split the defense. The final test, the setup. This is the final quiz. The 6v6 3-zone game. We have a 3v3 in the low zone, a 3v3 in the high zone, and 1 neutral midfielder floating alone in the hole. The mission is to break the first line of pressure and find that neutral player. The trigger. Here's the constraint that teaches the brain. Defenders, you are locked out of the middle zone until the neutral player, number 22, touches the ball. That splits the game in 2. Patience to find the lane, then explosion once the ball arrives. The neutral player receives, turns, and attacks the mini-goals or feeds the runner. The standard. Get out of the shadows, receive on the half turn. Turnovers should counter immediately. High tempo, real game pressure. Find the space, punish the defense. This is not magic, it's geometry. Don't stand in the dark, slide into the light, receive on the half turn and punish the pressure. If you want to play at the next level, you have to think at the next level. Drop a like if you learned something, and subscribe for the next tactical breakdown. Until then, I'm Coach Gotti and practice penetration and triangulation.